Good morning students, I hope you all are doing well. Today we are here to discuss about spectroscopy. Spectroscopy is basically defined as the interaction of electromagnetic radiation EMR with matter, and the quantitative measurement of this interaction of electromagnetic radiation with matter is known as spectrometry. So, spectrometry is the quantitative measurement of this interaction. I hope you all know that electromagnetic spectrum radiation consists of a range of different radiations which starts from gamma rays, then we have X-ray. If we arrange these radiations in order of their increasing wavelength and decreasing energy and decreasing frequency, because the velocity is equal to n lambda and we have lambda is inversely proportional to it is wave number, it is basically equal to the wave number, and E is equal to hc upon lambda. So from these equations we can see that energy and wavelength are inversely proportional. So if we arrange these radiations in increasing order of their wavelength, it will automatically get arranged in decreasing order of their energy as well as decreasing order of their frequency. So it starts from gamma radiations, then we have X-rays, we have ultraviolet, then visible, then IR region. IR itself consists of, it's a quite big region, quite large, wide region. It consists of near IR, IR and far IR region. Then we have microwaves and radio waves. Radio wave region also consists of short and long radio waves region. So as you can see clearly that gamma rays has this wavelength is given in angstrom. They are having the lowest wavelength and therefore they have the highest energy. Followed by X-rays, which are having a bit higher wavelength as compared to gamma, but still they are highly energetic radiation. Most of the time for chemical analysis, because spectroscopy, why it is used? Spectroscopy is basically used for structure elucidation. It is used for structural elucidation, identification of new compounds, structure. It is also used for comparison of two compounds. It is also used for checking the purity of a compound. So it is because of this spectroscopy we know that carbon has a tetrahedral geometry and methane has a tetrahedral shape, and various some molecules are pyramidal, some are square pyramidal, some are having octahedral, and it is because of this spectroscopy we know the bond length and bond angle and all those parameters of a molecule. So this is used for mainly structural identification, types of bond, strength of bond, bond length and all those things. So for studies mainly the UV visible, because they are taken together, UV visible, IR are used. We also use radio waves because the radio frequency is used in NMR. Most of the time we use these three radiations: ultraviolet visible, IR as well as radio waves. Although microwave is also used in most of the spectroscopy, but we use generally in syllabus also we have UV visible, IR and NMR, and NMR uses radio frequency region. Now, before starting the ultraviolet spectroscopy, we should first discuss about the type of spectrum. There are broadly two types of spectrum. One is known as the emission spectrum, the other is known as absorption spectrum. Emission spectrum is obtained by the emission of radiant energy from an excited atom. The excitation of an atom is brought either by heating, means thermal excitation, or by passing electrical voltage. When electrical voltage is passed through vapor of a molecule, the electrons are promoted to a metastable state, and when these electrons return from metastable state, they jump back to the ground state, they releases energy. and that energy is used that for studying the spectrum. Such spectrum is based on emission spectrum. Clear? So in case of emission spectrum, either thermally or by passing electric current, atoms are excited. When atom excited, electrons are promoted, and when they return back, they releases energy, on the basis of which emission spectrum is studied. While in case of absorption spectrum, electromagnetic radiation is passed through a sample and certain wavelengths are being absorbed. When these wavelengths are being absorbed, they are basically missing in the spectrum. So when these lines, certain wavelengths are absorbed by a sample, in the transmitted light those wavelengths are missing, and because of that dark lines are produced, or you can say dark pattern are produced. So on the basis of those dark pattern and on the basis of the transmitted light intensity, spectrophotometer is used to study that intensity of the transmitted light, and on that basis we can generate a spectrum, and we can study the structure as well as quantify the molecule. That is known as absorption spectroscopy. When a sample is irradiated with the EMR radiation, certain wavelengths are being absorbed, and in the transmitted light, therefore those wavelengths are missing, and on the basis of those dark pattern, this dark pattern corresponds to wavelength that are being absorbed by the sample, and thus on the basis of intensity of transmitted light we can quantify as well as study the molecule qualitatively. Now ultraviolet, since we are going to study it in next few classes, ultraviolet, IR and NMR. Ultraviolet spectroscopy in terms of wavelength ranges from 190 nanometer to 700 nanometer, although it starts from 150, but most of the time this region is very important for studying the structure. If it starts from the range from 150 to 190 is known as vacuum ultraviolet region, and from 190 till 700 it is ultraviolet and visible region. From 190 to 300 it is ultraviolet, and 300 to 700 nanometer it is visible region. So 150 to 190, 190 to 300, and 300 to 700. You can divide it into these three categories. So 150 to 190 it is known as vacuum UV region, 190 to 300 nanometer UV region, and 300 to 700 nanometer it is visible region. Clear? Now IR, as I told you, IR is further divided into three regions. So NIR, the near IR region, in terms of wavelength, it ranges from 0.8 to 2.5 micrometers. Then we have FIR, the far IR region. Far IR region ranges from 15 micrometer to 200 micrometers, and in between this, the region is ranging from 2.5 to 15 micrometer is known as IR. All three regions are very important, but IR, the main 2.5 to 15 micrometer, is the most important region. Then we also have NMR, which is very commonly used for studying the structures. In that case, in case of NMR, radio frequency region is used for analysis. So this is all about the types of electromagnetic spectrum, their wavelength ranges, and broad type of spectroscopy, the emission spectroscopy and absorption spectroscopy. In the next class, we will start with ultraviolet and visible spectroscopy. Thank you very much.